Together, we'll die. No, together, strong.
The film opens with a haunting message, recapping the tragic downfall of humanity. A deadly virus swept through, stealing mankind's very voice and intellect, leaving the species helpless. Over time, humans and apes coexisted, but astonishingly, the apes evolved into higher beings. Among them, one ape stood out. His name? Caesar. Respected and recognized far and wide, Caesar rose as the leader of all ape clans. He dreamed that humans and apes could and should coexist, for he too had been raised by humans. But as the first scene unfolds, we learn that this legendary charismatic leader is dead. The apes gather in mourning, laying flowers on Caesar's head before setting him to rest with a solemn fire, a powerful tribute to their fallen leader. Centuries later, much has changed. Across the land, apes have split into various clans. Near the ruins of what once was Los Angeles, one clan has emerged as the Eagle Clan, known for its bond with eagles and its skill in falconry. Here, 3 young chimps, Noah, Suna, and Anaya, prepare for their coming-of-age ceremony. The task? To gather eagle eggs, a rite of bonding in which they'll train their birds to help with daily tasks. High atop a cliff, they find an eagle nest with 3 precious eggs. Tradition, however, demands they leave at least 1 egg to avoid traumatizing the mother. Suna and Anaya claim their eggs, while Noah spots a nest perched even higher. He's determined to reach it. With sheer strength and clever tactics, Noah climbs up and grabs an egg, just as the mother eagle dives at him, nearly sending him plummeting. He catches himself on the side of an old building. Once they're back on the ground, the 3 apes hurry to their horses, but something's wrong. Noah's blanket is missing from his horse. Suddenly, footsteps. The 3 apes exchange wary glances and begin signing to one another. Anaya, thinking quickly, tosses a rock into a nearby bush. A shadow darts away, and they immediately give chase. But just as they close in, the figure disappears into a tunnel. As they approach, Noah's blanket flutters on a nearby bush. Then, Anaya catches a scent. The smell is unmistakable. A human, an echo, as the apes call them. Terrified, they bolt back to their horses and ride for home. Once safe in the village, Noah goes to greet his mother, Dar. It's she who taught him and his friends to use sign language. As they speak, she urges him to meet with his father, Koro, the mighty leader of the Eagle Clan and master of the birds. But Noah hesitates. He tries to change the subject, inspecting a fishing rod, his body language betraying his nerves. It's clear, despite his strength, Noah is afraid of his father. Noah finally makes it to the clan's aviary, where Koro is carefully inspecting the eagle nests, preparing for the next day's big ritual. He starts off talking to Noah about the ceremony with pride, even excitement, but suddenly he stops. Koro's face changes. Something's not right. He grabs Noah's blanket, his eyes narrowing. The scent of an echo. With a deep, stern voice, Koro asks, "Did you go beyond the Valley of the Shadow?" Noah's heart races and he blurts out, "No, I didn't." "Fine," he says, "but remember, echoes bring nothing but trouble." Grabbing the blanket, he walks away to show it to the clan's elders. That night, Noah hears a noise outside. He investigates, only to find her, the same human woman from earlier. Before he can react, she shoves him hard in the chest. Noah gasps, stumbling back, and in that moment, his eagle egg smashes to the ground. He cries as she vanishes into the shadows. Shaken, he runs to his friends, Suna and Anaya, and tells them what happened. They're horrified. The bonding ceremony won't be possible without the egg. "Let's just wait until you get another," Suna suggests. But Noah refuses. "No, I'll find another egg tonight." But as he heads out, darkness falls in more ways than one. On the path, Noah freezes. There, before him, lies the body of an ape. Then, further down the trail, he stumbles upon another clan member. Alive but barely, a knife lodged in his back. The injured ape's eyes meet Noah's, and he chokes out, "Hide!" Then, all of a sudden, a group of masked apes bursts onto the scene. Fast, silent, and terrifying. They're a hunting party from the coastal clan, led by the fearsome gorilla named Silva. One of the apes sniffs the air, his eyes narrowing as he picks up Noah's blanket. It's the unmistakable stench of a human. The realization hits them hard. They're hunting for the very human Noah saw earlier in his village. Unfortunately, Silva also finds Noah's horse and smacks it so it can run back, leading them to the village. When Noah returns, he's greeted by a shocking sight. The entire village is devastated. The masked apes are rounding up clan members, using strange weapons, while the massive gorilla brutally destroys everyone. Scared, Noah climbs up the tower with the aviary on top, but Silva spots him from afar and starts following. Inside the aviary, the father-son duo frantically free as many eagles as possible before it's too late. Just then, Silva arrives at the scene and beats Koro to a pulp. Noah tries to help, but he's thrown off the tower, and Koro is ultimately killed. In the morning, an unconscious Noah wakes up amidst the ruins of his home. His worst fears come true as he finds his father's mangled body nearby. Heartbroken, the young ape buries Koro, then sets off to try and find the rest of his clan. Just then, Koro's eagle appears, flying away, signaling Noah to follow. The young ape mounts his horse and heads to the tunnel where he saw the human girl a few days earlier. His father had explicitly warned him never to go beyond the tunnel into the Valley of Shadows, but Noah notices several footprints leading there. Gathering his courage, he rides into the tunnel. When he reaches the other side, he finds the ruins of human buildings, now covered in plants. Noah continues his journey with no fixed plan, resting when necessary. The next morning, Koro's eagle reappears, and Noah tries to bond with it. However, the eagle rejects his authority, clawing his arm before flying away. One afternoon, Noah stumbles across a field in a forest. While inspecting the area, he falls through a glass ceiling and into a trap. As he cuts himself down, he's met by an orangutan named Raka. Initially, Raka believes Noah is with the masked apes, but Noah explains his situation. Raka then reveals that his clan, too, was attacked by the intruders, and one of his friends was brutally killed. He survived by hiding beneath the forest floor, where he'd built a large settlement. Following this, the orangutan shows Noah his stash of books, something the young ape has never seen before. Raka then explains that he belonged to the Order of Caesar, a group devoted to following the teachings of the real Caesar. These teachings guide the laws of the ape world, passed down by elders in each clan to the young ones. Sadly, Raka is now the only member left in the order. He reveals that the masked apes follow a tyrant who calls himself Proximus Caesar, twisting Caesar's ways to suit his own corrupt desires. The wise old orangutan shares stories of a time when humans and apes coexisted, an ideal Caesar himself believed in. But Noah cuts the conversation short, determined to return to his horse and continue his search for the rest of his clan. On their way out of Raka's settlement, they once again spot the human girl. Noah immediately chases her away, explaining that she's been following him since he left his village. Hearing this, Raka decides to bring his own horse and accompany Noah on his quest. That night, they set up camp and eat whatever supplies they can gather. Soon, the girl appears near their camp and quietly steals 2 pieces of fruit. Before Noah can snap at her, Raka stops him, saying she's only following them out of desperate hunger. He asks Noah to lend her his blanket for warmth. At first, the young ape refuses, saying the blanket belonged to his mother and is precious to him. But Raka, gently reminding him of Caesar's teachings, urges him to show mercy. Reluctantly, Noah agrees and gives the girl his blanket. Raka observes that the girl is surprisingly intelligent, unlike most humans, who have become mindless after the virus. He names her Nova, explaining that Caesar himself was raised by humans and became the first of the ape elders, making his legacy sacred. Later that night, Noah reaches an observatory and gazes at the stars through a telescope. Nova takes a turn and looks through it, her reaction one of awe and wonder. This unsettles Noah. Humans in this age aren't supposed to possess the same mental capacity or emotions as apes. The following day, he confides in Raka about the incident, finally agreeing to take the girl with them. As they journey onward, they come across a lone zebra grazing in the forest. Dismounting, they follow it to a ravine, only to be stunned by the sight of a huge herd drinking from the water's edge. And to their astonishment, a group of humans slowly gathers nearby. Nova watches them, visibly moved, but they look nothing like her. While Nova looks healthy, fit, and well-dressed, these humans appear malnourished, wearing primitive clothes. Seeing that the girl has found her herd, Noah decides it's time to continue his journey. He urges Raka to stay with her and the humans, to teach them the ways of Caesar. Before they part, the wise orangutan gives Noah his necklace, bearing the symbol of the Order of Caesar. Raka then returns to Nova, who is still observing the human herd, tears glistening in her eyes. But as she sees Noah riding away, she reacts with shock. She tries to get back to him, but Raka, misunderstanding her intentions, gently pulls her toward the human herd. Things take a turn for the worse when, minutes later, masked apes arrive and begin rounding up the humans. Nova hides in the grass, while Raka does his best to protect her from Silva, who seems to be searching for her specifically. Unfortunately, the masked apes locate her, and just as they're about to capture her, Noah arrives in the nick of time. The trio somehow manage to outrun the villainous apes, escaping to a nearby shore. As the dust settles, Nova finally speaks for the first time, revealing her real name, May. She explains to Noah that the coastal clan has taken his villagers to a man-made bunker and confesses that her main goal is to find more humans. In the next scene, they continue their journey and soon come across a bridge. But unfortunately, Silva and his apes corner them again. In the ensuing battle, one of the apes grabs May, causing her to fall into the river. She gets tangled in a net, but Raka pulls her out, only to get trapped himself. Soon enough, Silva captures both Noah and May before approaching the net with a knife. In a pivotal moment, Raka reminds Noah of Caesar's words, "Apes together, strong." With a grim smile, the massive gorilla cuts the net, causing Raka to sink and drown. After this heartbreaking incident, Noah and May are taken to Proximus's settlement, right next to a giant vault he's been trying to open for some time. Noah is initially kept with Dar, Suna, and Anaya before he and May are summoned to meet Proximus. There, Noah sees that the leader of the intruders has a human advisor, Trevathan. The man is willingly subservient to Proximus, having accepted that humanity's reign over Earth is over. Proximus then explains his plan to open the vault, believing it holds advanced human weapons that he can use to conquer all ape clans. He warns Noah that humans cannot be trusted, but hints that the young ape might be useful in his schemes. Later, Noah speaks with his mother, who has come to accept that their home is gone. Overwhelmed, Noah begins to lose hope until he notices the necklace Raka gave him. This reminder of Caesar's wisdom reignites his spirit, and Noah realizes Proximus's ideology is wrong. Determined, Noah finds May and confronts her, asking what she truly seeks. She admits she's looking for a book or something that could help humans communicate again. Inspired, the two, along with Suna and Anaya, devise a plan. They'll destroy whatever's inside the vault by getting it wet, rendering it useless. However, Trevathan catches them sneaking around and tells them, "Your attempts will be futile." May tries to convince him, but he only laughs, having completely given up on humanity. He even threatens, "I'll expose your plan to Proximus." With no other options, May chokes him, and the apes throw his body into the water. In the next scene, they carefully plant explosives around the dam that surrounds Proximus's settlement. They discover a hidden entryway leading to a bunker, and inside they find the vault. The apes uncover books depicting their kind in cages, behind bars and zoos, a haunting reminder of when humans controlled Earth. Meanwhile, May activates a generator, finding a revolver and an ancient book, a deciphering key, inside the vault's machinery. But unbeknownst to her, she has also accidentally opened the main gate to the vault. As they start to make their way out, they're met by Proximus and his apes. One of his followers grabs Suna, holding her at knife point. Proximus demands, "Admit your plan, May." In response, she pulls out the revolver and uses it to save her friends. Proximus sneers, "Are there more guns?" She retorts, "You'll never have what's inside," and then triggers the explosives, blowing the dam. Water floods the bunker, trapping Proximus's apes instantly, while the Eagle clan begins their climb to safety. Meanwhile, Noah is chased by Silva. He manages to slip through a narrow gap, one too tight for the massive gorilla, leaving Silva to drown. The apes continue climbing, reaching the top, but Proximus confronts them. He attacks Noah, intending to make him bow before killing him. Yet, as Proximus forces him down, Noah starts chanting his father's songs, a call to the eagles. His chant is joined by the others, and soon the eagles descend, clawing and pecking at Proximus until he falls, meeting a painful end. After the battle, Noah leads the apes back home, and they begin to rebuild. A few days later, May approaches Noah to say farewell. He reflects, "I've come to agree with one thing Proximus said, humans will do anything to serve themselves." May admits, "I'm trying to reclaim Earth for humanity," but Noah questions her, "Can apes and humans ever live peacefully together?" In the final scene, May arrives at an old satellite base, still operational after 300 years. She hands the decipher key to a woman named Karina, who takes it to her team. Together, they activate a massive satellite dish, successfully contacting other settlements, igniting hope for the restoration of human civilization. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like our channel and subscribe if you enjoy content like this. Also, let us know which movie you'd love us to recap next.